and a better life for all. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, Benigno Noynoy Aquino III.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Please sit down. Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Secretaries Marojas, Laila de Lima, Edwin Lacerda, Joel Villanueva, Senator Frank Drilon, Commissioner Kim Henares, Mr. Tan Ching. Mr. Tan Ching, I think, deserves a round of applause. Your very able president was the one who convinced me that despite the fact that I went to Cavite this morning, then the Army anniversary in Fort Bonifacio, that somehow we found a mutually agreeable time to be able, for me to be able to be present here with you. Thank you again. And I think you did say best presidents. No? You are soon to be, and I'm sad to note, one of the best past presidents in a little while. But I'm sure you'll be one of the best advisors after that. Mayor Alfredo Lim, honorable members of the House, Congresswoman Sanay Dangping, and Representative David Ko, officials and members of the Federation of Filipino-Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry, fellow workers in government, honored guests, mga minamahal ko pong kababayan, magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. You know, I have noticed that we have seen a lot of each other over the past few years. This, I think, will be our fifth date, in a manner of speaking. Given the number of times I have met you, I've actually picked up a few useful phrases, or phrases that I find useful from time to time. And I hope I pronounce it correctly, like, gua ay cha hakaw kap masachi. I will tell Secretary Rojas what that means later. And something you've heard from me many times before, Tosya din long chong. If by accident I said those things right, it is because I've been practicing. If it is wrong, I just want to inform all of you that my teachers are Secretary Edwin Lacerda and Commissioner Kim Henares. But I still want to apologize, especially since Her Excellency Ambassador Make King is here today. On this note, I would like to again express our sincerest congratulations on the election of President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Keqiang. I have every confidence that under President Xi's leadership, the Chinese people will continue to realize their goals of peace, prosperity, and happiness for all, and that the relations between our two countries will remain largely, if not totally, positive as they have been in the past. Since you have never been shy about giving back to your country and your countrymen, I have also never been shy about thanking you and practicing my skills at the same time. Truly, Tosya din long cheng xie nimen. I think that should have been xie nimen. Mr. Tan Ching has already done such a good job of reminding us of everything you have been up to. And you really have been doing so much, from medical missions to scholarships and building classrooms, to volunteer fire brigades, to assistance for victims of calamities, like most recently, the millions of pesos that you gave for the victims of Typhoon Pablo through the DILG. In fact, as I hear it, you have been especially efficient in constructing, this is correct, over 1,500 classrooms in partnership with Senator Frank Drilon since 2002. And managed, and this you really have to be admired, managed to keep costs even lower than the cost of classrooms completed by government contractors. Again, our congratulations and our thanks. We are sure that these are the same kinds of efficiencies you bring to your own businesses, which contribute to your robust bottom line. And I hope that this in turn will reflect on the taxes you pay from now on. While we are here today, I hope that you will allow me to bring up a more sensitive topic, and I mean this with all due respect. In fact, this came from a report from Commissioner Kim Henares that was, to say the least, a bit disconcerting. These are the facts as we understand them. Based on your own 2011 to 2013 directory, I understand that your federation includes 207 firms and organizations as members. Of these 207, I am told only 105 have a tax identification number. I wonder what happened to the others. Of these 105 firms, only 54 filed tax returns. To make matters worse, 38 firms and organizations actually filed returns with zero tax due. This means that only 16 out of the 207, or only around 8% of your member organizations paid taxes. The 6.6 growth did not seem to affect your members. Anyway, now, there are also 552 of you who are individual members. And of this number, 424 of you have tax identification numbers. It is interesting to note that of that number, 185, or almost 44%, filed income tax returns. Of those that filed tax returns, at least only 14 filed returns with zero tax due. What this means is 354 out of 552 members, or 64% of you, did not pay taxes for the same reasons: no TIN, no tax due, or nothing filed at all. In fact, of those who filed and paid income taxes, a lot of you paid less than 100,000 pesos. There were some who paid less than 1,000 pesos in taxes. I have to be sad to say I was shocked, to say the least, when I learned this, because that would mean that you are making even less than what I receive every month. And can this be correct? The stockholders of your company, some of whom must receive glowing reports of your earnings, must be surprised by this as well. In fact, they would probably be even more disturbed than I am right now. After all, is it not true that earnings should imply a corresponding tax? After hearing of this strange news, would they not be worried about their investment? More than that, however, this was truly unexpected news, especially since you have always been so willing to give generously to our countrymen. In terms of actively reaching out to our countrymen, your contributions have always been clear. But perhaps it is time to ask ourselves, am I contributing in the right way? Not just through corporate social responsibility, but also through my personal obligations, through contributions to the policies that have helped us build our success. Gone are the days when your taxes disappeared into the pockets of an unscrupulous few, or when bending the rules may have been the only way for otherwise honest companies to keep operating. Things have changed. 2 years ago, when I first met you, I told you that you have a national government that you can count on for support, and I meant that. We are continuing to remove hindrances to the success of the Filipino people, the Chinese-Filipino community included, from weeding out corruption in government to empowering our people through health, education, and social services, to enhancing transportation and infrastructure, to maintaining stability and order by advocating peaceful solutions to conflict. Aside from being your civic duty, paying taxes fits into our strategy of empowering the Filipino people. The money you pay to government now also goes to classrooms, teachers, textbooks, healthcare, food, disaster relief, and other initiatives that ensure that our people are given the opportunity to live dignified lives. When they are healthy, when they do not lack for education, when they are secure in the knowledge that they are cared for by the state, these same people will constitute a workforce that is more productive and can definitely spur the growth of your very own companies. So, you see, the taxes you pay are not lost in some black hole. They redound to real, concrete benefits for businessmen like yourselves and for the rest of our people. If these were empty promises, I do not think that the Philippines would be experiencing the success it has today. Unprecedented economic growth in 2012, increased competitiveness as an investment destination, and the confidence of the global community. You and your enterprises have certainly benefited from all these achievements. Let me be clear, we are all for your success. You paved the way for the success of others. The Filipinos, or your fellow Filipinos that you employ, are empowered to earn decent livelihoods and make life better for themselves, their families, and the greater society as a whole. I believe that the success of any business can only be truly sustainable when it is free from unnecessary, avoidable risks and threats, when it takes place only because of your hard work, creativity, and ability to adapt to the needs of your consumers. So let me share with you some friendly and practical advice. And I've just learned this, so again, forgive me if I make any mistakes. Wisin pala chul se. I hope I said that correctly. Today, I am appealing to you to correct the situation and fulfill your civic duty. There is still time. After April 15, you will have to deal with Commissioner Kim Henares herself and with Secretary Laila de Lima at her back. Again, please bear that in mind, April 15. You have already shown your solidarity with us by doing your part to uplift Filipinos. And our government has done the same by leveling the playing field, weeding out corruption, and ensuring a just, honest, and stable environment. But true, complete solidarity requires reciprocity. And today, I am only asking you to make good on your Federation's commitment to tread the straight path with us and live it out in your individual lives. We will continue to keep our promise to you. Should there still be some in public office who want to continue taking advantage of their position and consequently taking advantage of you, then you can always call our fearless Commissioner Kim Henares, and that person or persons will be dealt with. Allow me to reiterate, back in 2011, I told you that you can count on us, that we in government will do everything in our power to see you thrive. This is a promise we have kept and continue to keep. So far, the majority of our efforts have been aligned. We have seen the wisdom of empowering the Filipino people by meeting their most basic and at the same time, most urgent needs. Collectively, we have done so much, and we can still do more. This is why I hope that your support for our administration's programs still remain, that today will stand as an affirmation of the partnership that has already yielded so much benefit for our countrymen. In this way, we can align the rest of our efforts and walk the straight path together. 谢谢你们, and may you have a fruitful convention.